Good morning, everybody. It's Miss Lisa. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're going to be talking about self-help skills. So this is more of a video for parents with some information for you. But of course the kids are welcome to watch too. Hi everybody. I miss you. I hope I see you guys soon. Working on self-help skills are super important to build independence for our kids. And they're not easy to teach, and they're not easy for us to take that step back and allow the kids opportunities to engage in those. So a lot of times when we're rushing out the door to get to school on time or work on time, it's easier for us to just help them put their shoes on or help them put their jackets on because we're under time constraints. So right now I think a lot of us are in a situation where we have a little bit more time. So maybe if we can take a deep breath, give an extra 5 or 10 minutes to try to help them through that, or allow them the opportunity to try to do it themselves, that's going to make a huge difference. And it's much easier to work on these skills when they're younger and they become habits and routines now, as opposed to as they continue to grow older, and then it can be much more difficult to teach these skills, especially for some of our children with disabilities. So some things that we have been working on a lot at school are potty training, eating with their utensils, so eating with their spoons and their forks, drinking from an open cup, and also them getting themselves dressed, so putting on their own jackets, taking their own jackets off, putting their own shoes and socks on and off, and then working on at home getting their shirts and pants and all of those things on. So we're going to talk a little bit more about all of these things today. All of your children are in different places, and that's completely okay. So what you really want to take time to do is maybe tell them, put your jacket on and see how far they can get. And then that's going to give you an idea of where you need to start and what they need help with. Oh, and hand washing. Hand washing is huge. It's something we've been working on in class, but of course right now is extremely important. So making sure that your children are frequently washing their hands. Some of our kids do not like to wash their hands. They do not like their hands in water, but it's really important that we're working on this right now. So them being able to turn the faucet on and off, so that might require you kind of hand over hand, teaching them how to manipulate whatever kind of faucet you have at home, getting soap, so whether that's a push down or a bar or whatever you have, scrubbing their hands for as long as possible, up to 20 seconds, rinsing them off, turning the water off, and drying their hands. These are all of the steps, of course, that can be difficult when we're looking at how we can get through this. Again, this might be a good one. Maybe you kind of always just help them through it, so you're not really sure what steps they can do by themselves, but take them in the bathroom. Tell them, wash your hands, or get them started. Like I said, we're going to be looking at something we call minimal prompting. So, you might initially have to hand over hand the whole process. So your hands on top of theirs, you're walking them through it. But then as you feel like they're kind of starting to get it, you might just have your hands there to guide them, or a nudge of their elbow, those kinds of things. So just really gauging, can I take a step back and what can they do? Do I need to step in and give more support? So it's really you just paying close attention to those steps and seeing how far your child can get. But and those are, of course, for all of our self-help skills across the board. For potty training, we typically in the classroom are taking the students every hour to use the restroom. When you're in between that hour mark, you want to be making sure they're drinking a lot of water, a lot of fluids, to try to help increase the likelihood that they might go in the potty. If you're taking them every hour and you've been pushing liquids and they're wet every hour, then you're going to decrease that time to maybe 45 minutes or maybe 30 minutes, and having them go and sit for maybe up to 5 minutes. Take books in there, sing your songs, anything you can kind of do to make it fun. Sometimes I will get if you have a little bucket that you store toys in, that you can put warm water in, kind of hold it up and let them put their hands in it, or get them undressed and let them kick their feet in it. Sometimes that helps increase them wanting to go, just making it fun for them to sit in there. One of the biggest things to remember when we're working on self-help skills, especially like the potty training, we really need to have a high reinforcer so that if they do go in the potty, they get something huge. You get excited. If your child's okay with that. Maybe they really like the iPad, so maybe they're only going to get the iPad if they go potty in the toilet, or maybe there's a certain candy that they like, or a certain toy that can be kind of kept in the bathroom that's a huge reward if they are successful with going potty in the toilet. It's not easy, so I would encourage you, if you're going to be working on this, set a timer so that you remind yourself that it's time to take them in to go to the bathroom. Of course, when you're in there, trying to get them to push their own pants down and pull their own pants up, get on the potty by themselves, flush, the whole thing. All of these things are really important, and we want to help our children to the best of our ability, of course. So sometimes we can use visuals to kind of let them know what step they're on and what they need to do next. If that's something that you think would be a benefit to your child, please reach out to me and I will try my best to get some materials to you that hopefully you would be able to use in the home. Or if there's a certain topic that you want, or self-help skill that you need a little bit more information on, or you can let me know, my child's doing this and I'm not sure what the next step is, or if I'm doing it right, wrong, whatever the case may be, I'm definitely here to help. So we just really want to encourage that we're building as much independence. So making sure when they have a snack or their mealtime that they're kind of helping clean up after themselves. If they need to throw items away for you, or if they can carry their spoon and put it in the sink. Any of those things that we can make routines, and that they're kind of being helpful and involved with the daily routines. Some things we've also been working a lot in the classroom are that you can do at home is putting their own jacket or sweatshirt on. So what this might look like is, if you have a zip-up jacket or sweatshirt, initially what you might need to do if they're struggling is put their hood on, and then it would hang down. Encourage them to push their arms in. You might have to hold it out for them in the front. Get the zipper started, maybe hold the bottom, and then have them zip up. Same kind of steps with taking it off, but then have kind of a designated area when they take their jacket off that they can hang it up or set it down so that they know that that's where it belongs. The same thing with shoes and socks. So again, all of these steps might require some hand over hand initially, modeling, maybe you're putting your shoe on and they're doing the same thing, but really just thinking about how do we break things down into steps. I know I had one person reach out to me and say, how do we get them to change their clothes? It can be difficult, sometimes they are resistant. So again, this is where those high reinforcers are going to come into hand. So something special that, if they're struggling in a certain area, they're fighting you on getting dressed every morning, or they're potty training and they're having accidents, and because it becomes more work for them to have to take off their dirty clothes and put clean clothes on, they're more resistant to that, then okay, but once we're done, then you're going to get one M&M or whatever the case may be. We don't want to reward them as much as we would if they actually went potty in the toilet, but kind of picking and choosing those battles. I am here to help. I hope this was informative for you. It's a lot of information in a short amount of time, and there's definitely a lot we can talk about. But again, if there's certain areas that you need extra help with or have a question about with your own student, just because they're all in different places, please feel free to reach out and ask me questions. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.